Hi, this is Professor Nelson with the Jewelry Design Department at the Fashion Institute of Technology, doing a tutorial. This tutorial is in support of JD238, but will also be used by portfolio students. I want to talk about or display how to make a quick maquette in Rhino, and then how to transfer line work, line art from Rhino into Painter, or at least making it a JPEG format so it'll print properly. So I'm opening Rhino. Okay, gonna make a maquette for a bridal ring. So I'll start doing that by making some curves. Ring bore 17 millimeters. Offset it the standard ring thickness of 2 millimeters. Move it up 0.6, actually 0.4, so that it's 1.6 at the bottom and a little heavier on top. Okay. I'm going to extrude this out 2 millimeters on each side. Both sides option. Solid yes. 2. Need to bring in a stone. I'm going to bring it in from my library. 10 millimeter round. I want it 6.5 millimeters for a bridal ring. It's 10 millimeters now, so that's going to mean that I'm going to transform it 0.65. Round 0. Just double checking my dimensions. Yep. I'm going to move this stone up into position. Give myself a little bit of height so I have some options about what I might do with the shoulder. And now I need some references for prongs. Set it up for 4 prongs, and I will put them right here. And I'll make it 1.2. Take a look at that. See if I like the way that looks. I do. Actually, I want it over here on this joint instead, right here. .2 isn't bad. I'm going to transform array this polar around 0. Give me 4. There we go. Now I need some curves. I mean, this is a good place to start, but I need some curves on this that I can work with. I would like to know where the midline, horizontal and vertical, is. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to use section. So I have that. Our actually typical bridal width is 2 millimeters, not 4. 4 is kind of a maximum. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself some lines at 2 millimeters thick. I'll do that by drawing a center line. I'm going to offset it a millimeter both sides. I can delete the middle one now. I'm going to grab these. I'm going to project them onto the surface, deleting the input. So now I have center, 2 millimeters, 4 millimeters. Okay. Another useful line would be along the front here at 1 millimeter off the finger. So I'll offset this either 1 or 9/10. I think I'll make it 9/10. And the same thing. I'm going to project that onto this object without Okay, that's not bad. You know, that's a pretty decent setup. If I were going to add anything, I think I might add a finger rest, just so I have a sense of how big the finger rest would look for this. I would draw that from the front, and I would do it by basically drawing a cone. I'm going to project this onto the C-plane from the center. Oh, something like that should be good. Okay. So that's how wide it is, the outside of my circle. So, top C-plane, circle center radius. Going to go, I'm not going to project anymore. Actually, yes, I will project. Intersection, intersection. Okay. 1.2, maybe. So, for the diameter for the wire for this, so I'm going to make a pipe, so I'll offset it half of that. 0.6. Okay. Front C-plane. Going to draw a circle center radius around the quadrant, onto the quadrant. Okay, I'm going to check this diameter. It should be 1.2. It is. Okay, that's going to give me a very small hole in the center. I don't think I'm going to like that. I'll go ahead and revolve it with history. Okay. Going to go ahead and move this up. Just going to move the curve. The surface will follow. Okay. Yeah, that ends up being too small anyway. That's what I thought. I'm going to pull that over to the side. A little bit more. That's better. Maybe I'll drop that down to 9/10 of a millimeter. So to get that, I'm going to divide 0.9 by 1.2. I can actually type that into the command line. That wire will update automatically, and that's actually looking pretty good. You know, that's not bad. That's not bad. Problem I'm going to have is it's not really even going to be visible with the 4mm width. So if I were going to do a 2mm width band, that would show better, but it's not even going to show up. So I'll hide this for now. Decide later if I want it. Don't need those anymore. Okay. So I'm going to just go with this for now. I'm going to set a view that I like. Now let's say I want to draw using that view. Okay. I need a piece of reference geometry. First I need to save this view. Go down on the menu, pop-down menu, set view, named views, save view 34.1, I'll call this. Okay. Let's say I wanted two views to work this from. So let's say the other one is more from the side. I'll save this view. Okay, so now I've saved both views. I can get them back whenever I want. I need a piece of reference geometry. I'm going to draw a sphere in the middle. I don't ever work off of the menu, off of the tab here. Pull off the menu. Solid, sphere center radius 0 is the center of the sphere, diameter is going to be 10 millimeters. Okay, so I'm going to select everything. Actually, there's a point that's in there I want to get rid of. I just happen to know it's there. Okay, so now I'm going to select everything. I'm going to hit Dimension, Make 2D Drawing. I only want the current view. Okay. Once it's done, before I click anywhere, I'm going to group this, Control G. That way I can move those curves out of the way. Using Grid Snap, so I can bring them back if I want to. Okay. Now I'm going to hide the ball. Select all. I need to set the view back to 34.2. Set view 34.2. That puts it right back where it was. Make 2D drawing, same settings, Control G to group those. Okay, that's the same drawing, one without the ball in the middle, one with the ball in the middle. Going to grab this, move it over. Okay, going to set the other view. 34.1. Bring back my ball. Drag a selection window. Make 2D drawing. OK. Group. Going to move this out of the way. Come back, set my view back to 34.1. So it's nice and exactly in the same place. Hide the ball. Select the ring and the lines. Make 2D drawing. OK. Group the finished curves. And move those out of the way. Okay, I don't need my maquette anymore, so I will turn the layers off. I'll go ahead and put that stone on the same layer as the rest of them on. Okay, I'll get those back in a minute, but for now I don't need it. So here's my 3/4 views. Okay, problem is they're not actual size. I need to make them actual size. To make them actual size, I'm going to go ahead, I'll go to my top view. I'm going to go ahead and make a circle center radius around 0, diameter 10. That's how big a 10 millimeter circle really is. Okay? Turn off my grid so you can see. I'm going to grab this one here. I'm going to use Orient, 2 points. Copy equals no. Scale equals 3D. I'm going to use Quad Snap because all good circles have a Quad Snap. Turn off grid. Quad, 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 quad. This is now actual size. I can go ahead and hide that green layer, turn it off. Now I want to bring this one over the same way. Orient 2 points, but now I'm going to pick something on the two drawings that I know I have in common. It can be anything. I'll intersect snap and I'll grab this and that. This and that. There we go. And I can delete this now. There is that 3/4 view at actual size. Okay? Turn on my grid, move it up out of the way for a minute so I can do the other view. Turn back on my green layer, grab this ring, or orient 2 points, back to quad. Uh-oh. I don't have a quad I can get. I have one there, but not one there. I have one here, but not one there. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to use that. Instead, I'm going to have to use center and quad. Center, quad. Center, quad. Works just as well. I'm actually done with this circle now. I'm going to align this to match. Orient 2 points. Pick any 2 points I have in common. Oh, actually it has to be one that doesn't have the ball in the way. Okay, these two will work. Throw the one with the ball in it out of the way. And these are now 2 rings that are actual size. Okay? 3/4 view. Put those on a different layer for safekeeping for now. I'm going to bring back my drawing. my maquette. Okay. I'm going to go into 4 viewports, so viewport layout, 4 viewports. The front view is usually the biggest view, so I'm going to select all and set view zoom selected. I'm going to type in synchronize views. I'll only have to type in the first 3 letters, SYN, and you'll have choices to pick from. Click on synchronize views. It'll make all these views match. I'm going to close this viewport. Control A, dimension, make 2D drawing. I want 4 views USA. It's done. I'm going to group it together just so it's easier to select and put my viewport layout back to 4 viewports. Okay, there's my drawing. When Rhino does drawings, it often kind of messes things up, like right here, some geometry didn't come through. That's fine, those are circles. I could leave it like it is and just guess by eye when I draw, but it's easy enough to just extend curve by arc to point and to drag those back around. Same thing over here. Now I could have made it work by booleaning the whole thing together, and that usually minimizes these problems. Okay, I want a straight line here. To do that, I'll just do fillet, set to 0. Don't know why it did that, but okay, for some reason we're having craziness. Fine, if that doesn't want to work with me, just draw a straight line across. Turn off my grid so I can see what I have here. Okay, I've got the same problem here. I have the tops of the prongs are missing. I can draw them any way I want. I'll use arc, start, stop, end. Int, end. That works well. Now mind you, I could just array this around the center of the stone, or mirror 2 directions, but it's just as fast to draw them. Okay, there's my maquette all drawn up. I'm going to put all these onto the black layer. Make 2D. Go back into my top view. Bring back my dark blue. Put these somewhere where I want them for my drawing. Maybe close up these views a little bit. They're a little far apart. Okay, those are all grouped together. Ungroup everything right now. Take this out. Group this view. Group this view. Group this view, just so I can move them around easy. That's a pretty nice distance. I like that. Okay. Move this over similarly. Sometimes it helps to turn off the grid so I can get a more effective view without the grid in my way. Okay, there we go. Now if I were going to, and actually I think these work better set side by side. Use my grid snap. I'll move this one over just a little bit without any constraint. Just put it where I want it. Grab both of these, move them down. There, that's a nice kit for drawing. Put them all in the Make 2D. Maybe I want to be able to draw more than one of these if I'm working on paper and I'm going to print it out. I'm actually going to move it into the center. Center snap, 0. And then I'll just copy using grid snap. Okay, and so now I've got 3 sets to work with if I want to. All right. As I mentioned in class today in JD 238, you always want to put a window around this so that when you export it out, it doesn't crop too close to your drawing. The easiest way to do that, I usually do it in red. Just drag a rectangle, turn off the grid snap, It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to export selected.